Hello there, how you doing? Welcome back to Slam Ocean. In today's video, we are going to discuss Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 3 Episode 6 review, Yacht on the Rocks. Are you guys excited? Let's get started. Keep up with me till the end, comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notification for more videos. Tom falls into the doghouse with his crewmates. At 6:47 a.m., the crew was finally able to get the ship back into deeper waters, clear of the sandbar. Captain Glenn pulls Tom aside and tells him if the anchor starts dragging, he must wake up the appropriate crew members immediately. Though Tom defends his position, Glenn remains firm that if there are any questions, he must be awoken. A dejected Tom becomes emotional, complaining to crew and family about the difficulties he's been facing as of late. After the guests leave, Glenn convenes the crew in a saloon for the tip meeting. Once again, he references the morning's incident, saying what happened should not have happened. Following the dole out of tips, Colin dives under the boat to assess the damage, concluding there are scratches on the keel of the boat but no irreparable issues. Yet while the boat is still able to set sail, Gary, Colin, and Glenn discuss their mistrust of Tom. Tensions grow as the crew enjoys night out. Preparing for a night on the town in Menorca, the crew starts the night with wine and tequila. Ashley approaches Gabriella and reveals she wishes she hadn't slept with Tom. "I just want to fuck Gary," Ashley says in between shots. Taken aback by Ashley's blatant disregard for Tom's feelings, Gabriella hops into the car with a flirtatious Gary who tries to steal a kiss. At dinner, Ashley eyes Gary and Gabriella's interactions, saying she won't care if they hook up, as Marcos insinuates. The crew continue to wallow in alcohol as the night drones on, finally heading back to the ship after a booze-filled dinner. Back on the boat, Daisy drunkenly convenes Ashley and Gabriella to discuss their differences. Ashley expresses her feelings that she's afraid to approach Gabriella because she doesn't know if she'll be confronted with attitude. Gabriella begins to raise her voice, checks herself, and leaves the conversation unfinished, deciding in her drunken haze that now is not the time to have this chat. As the night drones on, Ashley becomes increasingly more flirtatious with Gary, even offering him a massage. An angry Tom walks into Gary's room and begins to berate Ashley, calling her a sket. She calls him a name in retaliation, and Tom proceeds to follow Ashley to the hot tub where he continues to lambaste her, and subsequently pour a bottle of Patron on her head. Daisy separates the two, and while she agrees Tom's behavior is erratic and inappropriate, she feels for him, noting Ashley's disregard for him after they'd slept together as being unfair. As the crew heads to bed for the night, it's Gabriella who finds herself in Gary's bunk, and the two share an intimate kiss before dozing off. Captain Glenn reassesses his strategy. With 27 hours until the fourth charter, Tom calls his mom and explains that he feels as though he's becoming a monster. Ashley then pulls him for a talk, nudging Tom to apologize for his blatant disrespect. "I'm absolutely mortified," Tom says. "That's not me." Glenn convenes Daisy, Gary, and Marcos for a preference sheet meeting to discuss the incoming guests. While they go over the guests' wants and needs, Glenn notices the cutesy behavior between Daisy and Gary, hinting, "I see there's more to Gary and Daisy than meets the eye." Little does Captain Glenn know, Gary's been playing the field between the three stews. The crew continues to prep for the arrivals, and Glenn finds himself once again agitated by Tom's inattention to detail. So he calls Gary and Colin into the starboard guest cabin to discuss next steps. Glenn confides in Gary and Colin and admits he's unsure what to do about the Tom problem, relaying he doesn't want to give Tom any responsibility. Colin reads between the lines and sees Glenn maybe leaning toward firing Tom. With just minutes to spare until the guests arrive, Gabriella asks Ashley to discuss their differences, hoping they can reconcile and decide on a path forward. The two seem to understand one another's perspectives and come away from the conversation with a newfound hope in their relationship. Well, maybe not for Ashley, who tells the cameras in her confessional that she doesn't trust Gabriella. Seems like this tiff is far from over. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can, that really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video.